everybody, it's Glenda with Fralins and Friends. And most of you know me by now. I'm using the big camera that's a little ways off. When I get it down on the painting, I will zoom it until it fits. I want to do better detail on this hawk. So I've kind of got the back of him showing, and that's okay. But the red is a little too red. And the feathers, I need to put that spine in those feathers to make them look like feathers. And then I'll paint out from there. But I was getting the shape. Another thing, I was curious about the musculature of the wing, so that, you know, the muscles they would use to do. See, we have muscles all through our arms, and there's different ones that help us to bend this, and they can bend a certain, you know, with their, because they wrap themselves. But there is a little bit of there's difference in how that is attached and what the muscles are. And it seemed to me like they have more of it up in here and probably has some extended so that they can do that. Anyway, I have a lot of interest in anatomy. I'd like to finish this wing, but I also want to make these look more like feathers. These, oh, and that's way too thick. This is a very fine brush, but like any brush, if you lay it down too flat, so I'm going to have to This is where the shaking hands come in. Just trying to keep things where I want them. Like in the middle of the feather. There was, I looked up some images of Redtail Hawks. They had one in Oklahoma that it was totally white. I mean, this hawk was completely white. From all of its feathers, its head, everything. And so they must have used other markers in order to identify it as a Redtail Hawk. Some kind of anatomical markers or something. And behavioral. A lot of times there's behaviors that they use. I don't think I need to, yeah, it's there, but I don't think I need to really, you don't usually make out the short feathers as having these. But anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about. But we know that feathers are not an up and down, like they may be long that way, but yes, they evidently, they must have gone by. I didn't look at all the gists and I just looked at Google images, and it just fascinated me that because I was looking for musculature, and then I just, looked at the hawks, and they had they called it a Redtail Hawk. So I suppose they can classify it by, well, of course, the shape, the way it's shaped, the characteristics of its behavior. I mean, they are a highly intelligent bird. I'm trying to, I chose one image to reference. So I don't want to be changing it too terribly much. Just make it more correct. Make the feathers into feathers instead of just instead of just painting a big long thing. Okay. These first 4 feathers are the ones that from the one that I chose to use as a reference. They are more separated. This is in flight. They're more separated and they're dark, whereas the rest of them are not. The mating rituals for these hawks. Now, one thing a male might do to woo a female is to catch a rodent or something and try to hand it off to her in midair. Talons to talons. They will sometimes fly in circles. They'll do different behaviors with their, like diving behaviors. And one of them I found most interesting, and I think maybe a lot of us have seen them do this on TV in, I don't know, maybe some nature show or something. It looks like they're going to just fall to the ground and die, but they will lock their talons and they'll just fly in circles and just, I don't know if they're really actually flying or if they're just kind of, that those muscles would be up in this area and there might be a tendon or something that goes out here, or just so far, a muscle might go just so far. They're kind of trying to think how to describe what I saw as far as the muscles and stuff in their wing, but they're fascinating no matter what's in their wings. Now, some of them on their breast have like a patch of white, like just under their, like their neck and just below that. Some of them have completely white, or a lot of white with some brown mixed in on their whole chest and belly. So, yeah, they all have their own special look. It's like, well, I don't want to wear the same dress he does. I decided to, I'm using all 4 of my little vinyl sheets because I was using that towel last time. Excuse me. I was using that towel last time and everything kept sliding. I kept having to put it back together. Doesn't that just really dress those wings up? I call them stripes. Maybe stripes is the wrong word, but I think I went the wrong way. But darn, I need to slow down. I get to a point where I want to speed up, and I shouldn't because it does not do the bird well. I finished this wing, and I think that's where we're going to stop for tonight. And then tomorrow I might try to do a little more with the breast. I love you. We'll talk to you again tomorrow, and I hope you really like this guy. He's coming along. Pretty soon I'll get another wing in there, and then I'll have to decide what to put on the other end.